Hey guys, my name is Francisco Hernandez, and today I'm doing a review on the Aputure HR67C LED Light, which is actually geared primarily towards cinematographers, but I wanted to see what it can do for portrait photography since that's what I tend to shoot. I've been meaning to shoot with a continuous light source like an LED for portraits at night for a while now, so when Aputure reached out to me about doing a review on this light, I couldn't pass on the opportunity. At the end of the video, I am going to be showing you guys a behind the scenes look into a portrait shoot that I did using this light. But before I go ahead and show you guys that, I did want to talk about some of the features that I think make this light definitely worth looking into, whether you do cinematography or portrait photography like myself. But before I talk about those features, I did want to show you guys what exactly comes with this light. The light comes in this nice little black bag that has two different size sections, with the larger section being the place where the light itself is going to be, and the smaller section is going to be where the two Sony NPF970 batteries, the light mount, the wireless remote for this light, and the DC adapter which you can use to connect the light to the wall to continuously power it or charge the Sony NPF batteries. When it comes to the light itself, one of the main features that it offers is a color rendering index or CRI of 95, which just basically means that you won't have to worry about any sort of color casts or color temperature shifts. Another feature that this light has is that it's bicolor, which just basically means that you can adjust the color temperature from 3200 to 5500. And this is going to be very handy in case you wanted to change the color temperature depending on the scene that you're working in and not worry about gels in order to do so. The last main feature that I want to talk about with this light is the ability to control it wirelessly using a single remote, and you can actually use this remote to control other Aputure lights that you might have or might be looking into. With the included remote, you're able to control up to 3 channels and 5 groups each, with the ability to not only control the power output, but the color temperature of at least 2 of the groups. The light is entirely made up of plastic and not that big, so it's going to be perfect for something that you might want to use for traveling. It also has several quarter 20 mounting threads on each side except the top, so you can mount it exactly how you want to. There's an off and on switch, which is pretty self-explanatory, but there's also a channel and a group button, so you can change the channel and the group. There's also 2 sets of dials, with the top being the one that you're going to be using to change the color temperature, and the bottom one being the one that you use to change the power output, which can go from 10% to 99%. Or you can use those 2 Sony NPF970 batteries to power it. In order to connect those 2 Sony batteries, you'd actually have to connect the DC power input and then connect the batteries to charge them. There's also a diffusion panel that comes with the light that you can easily slide in case you wanted to diffuse the light a little. As I mentioned earlier, this light is geared primarily towards cinematographers, but from what I understand, this light isn't something that you would use as a main light or key light, because typically that's going to be a lot stronger, but it's going to be perfect for using it as a fill light or a hair light. I actually use it as a sort of rim light, kicker light, which you can actually see in the side of my face and I think on the side of my shoulder here. If you've been following my work lately, you would know that I've been doing a lot of portraits at night recently. So although this light isn't something that you would use as a main light when it comes to cinematography, I think it's perfect for shooting portraits at night, and I want to go over some of the reasons why right now. The very first reason that I wanted to go over as to why this light is going to be perfect for shooting portraits at night is because you won't have any trouble getting focus when using a continuous light source. If you saw my tips for shooting portraits at night video, you would know that one of the main issues that you face when shooting portraits at night is nailing focus when you don't have something like a focus assist beam or somebody to assist you in getting focus by using a light on the subject. The next reason why I think this light is perfect for shooting portraits at night is because you're going to see exactly what the light is going to look like. If you take a look at this clip from a portrait shoot that I did at night, you can see that I asked Ashley to go to the back left side of the model because I did know that I wanted a little bit of rim light, but I didn't know exactly where it was going to be. The very first shot that I took was a test shot, but the model was posed exactly how I wanted it to be, and the light ended up looking really great. So that first shot was something that I actually ended up using in the video. What typically happens is during those test shots where I fine tune the lighting a little bit, I let the model completely relax and be on their phone so I can fine tune the light. But if I had a continuous light source, I would know exactly how the light's going to look like, so I wouldn't have to do those test shots. The third and final reason why I think this light is perfect for shooting portraits at night is because if you saw my tips for shooting portraits at night video, you know that one of the main issues that you face when shooting with strobes and speed lights is not getting the light power low enough. Even on the lowest power output on my mini speed light, which I actually use primarily to shoot portraits at night, it still comes off a little too strong, especially if there's a lot of ambient light in the shot, and that's where the power range of a continuous source of light like an LED comes in handy. If I want the light to be strong, then I can just boost it up to 99%, but if I need just a small hint of light, then I can just lower it down to 10%. If you're interested in getting this light or any of the other lights that Aputure offers, you can check out the links in the description area below to see more information about them. They do offer a wide variety of different types of LED lights, so you can get the ones that best suit your needs. One light that I'm actually looking into getting is the Aputure 120D, and it's actually the light that Peter McKinnon uses for his videos. And that little remote that I mentioned earlier that is able to control the HR672, that light would actually be able to control the 672 and the 120D, so that'd be pretty convenient for me. Alright guys, like I promised, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the behind the scenes footage and photos from my photo shoot that I did the other night using this light. But before you go ahead and check that out, don't forget to give the video a like if you liked it, comment with any thoughts that you might have had, and subscribe to see more video content in the future. Alright, take care guys.